Going on, Jerome's. So Ed Ingram was basically the last chance for the 2022 draft class to be like, please, can we get one viable starter out of it? But Ingram has been the starting right guard for the Vikings for the last 2.5 years, and he can be solid in the run game. Pass protection has been an issue, and the Vikings this offseason, they brought back Dalton Risner. They signed up Blake Brandel to be the starting left guard. And yesterday, like in a surprise move, sort of out of nowhere, Kevin O'Connell started Dalton Risner at right guard. Roadhouse, right? And overall, like, did Risner have like a monstrous day? No, but also there's a lot of factors that go into it. Number one, the Tennessee Titans have one of the best defensive interiors in the league with Jeffrey Simmons and Tavondre Sweat, so that was a big deal all day. Also, getting the sea legs back. I mean, there's a difference between game action and practice action, right? And settling in at a position that he had never played before in the National Football League. There's a lot of things going on, right? But it does sound like Kevin O'Connell is going to keep an open mind about things. Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gershman. KOC on Risner versus Ingram. I wanted to take a look, Dalton being healthy now, and see if we get a little bit more of a veteran presence in there, consistent. Says it won't be a week-to-week decision, but that we are going to allow some competition to play out. So it is going to be Ingram versus Risner the rest of the way. I think that they'll go with Risner. Like, if Risner had given up 7 pressures and 2 sacks, which, I don't know, like, overall, we should also say the Vikings offensive line writ large against the Titans did not have a good day. I know the PFF only says that they gave up 1 sack and 7 pressures. Sam Darnold's run for his life basically all day, and if they didn't have Darnold's movement skills, I think the Vikings lose straight up, and they couldn't get the run game going. Part of that's on Risner, part of that's on the entire offensive line. Would have been better with Ed Ingram? Probably not. Don't know, right? And stats-wise, or analytics-wise, so Risner versus the Titans posted a 47.9 PFF run blocking grade. No one was good in that department. And like we said, Ed Ingram had been competent in run blocking, does have an attitude and a chip out there, 58.1. 2 pressures versus Ingram, averaging 2.7 pressures allowed over his 9 starts this season. 0 goose egg DeAndre Russell sacks. Ingram has allowed 5 sacks over 9 games. Pressure rate is almost half. Well, not almost half. I'm not really good at math, but 4.88% pressure, 2 pressures on 41 dropbacks. Ingram has allowed pressures on 7.23% of passing reps this season, and ranks-wise, 34th of 40 qualifying guards, and Ingram 66 of 81 qualifying guards. So either way, like, it wasn't a banner day for Risner either way, but I do think that the offensive line is better with him in versus Ed Ingram at this moment in time. I think that it does. There's a couple factors here. Number one, like we said, the Titans have one of the best defensive lines in the game, and overall, getting a relative stalemate against Sweat and Simmons, you will certainly take that as a win. And I say relative in the lightest terms available. But in terms of having a veteran presence out there, as Risner gets acclimated to the right guard spot, Cam Robinson, vet; Brandel, a young vet; Bradbury, vet; Risner, vet; Brian O'Neill, veteran. So I do think that in terms of the Vikings' best chance for solidifying the offensive line, I think as of right now, Risner does give the Vikings the best chance. Now, I'm not ready to say that this is the worst thing ever for Ed Ingram. Maybe he can bounce back from this benching, a la Bryce Young, a la Anthony Richardson, and maybe he'll come out the other side stronger. But I think right now, like, Risner is the answer. Come on up for the Risner. For the Vikings at right guard. And I don't think that Kevin O'Connell should mess around with this. Like you said, it's not going to be a week-to-week thing. Just name Risner the starter, give him all the first-team reps in practice this week, and then go from there. But your thoughts on our thoughts. Dalton Risner started over Ed Ingram in surprise fashion against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. You guys are the best here to do. Skol, production value.